Taxi Vlog 171, in which I talk about mirrors being misaligned and everything else in the car being wrong. But besides that, we had just gotten through Labor Day. It is now the 5th of September 2011. I'm coming to work now. It's just 8 o'clock. The days are definitely getting shorter. You know, you'd have blazing sunlight at this time of night even, you know, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. But now the shadows have gotten so long that it's the sun has set already. Well, Labor Day weekend, what can I say about it? The Friday, since I take Wednesday and Thursday off, the Friday was nothing special. In fact, I couldn't connect anywhere, and I ended up getting a slow night, which brought me a lot less income than I would have liked. I used to say that Labor Day weekend is the only long weekend that is consistently busy. Well, that was true for about 15 years in a row. In fact, even last year, Labor Day weekend was profitable. It was good. But this year, no, the Friday was quite disappointing. It seemed the streets were quiet, and it's like everyone was out of town. Saturday started out just like Friday, but around 10 o'clock or so it got busier, and I was connecting. I connected a lot, and I was getting these, there seemed to be a lot of weddings and wedding receptions that night, and so you had shrieking girls here in the car, dressed to the nines, but shrieking nonetheless. And of course the guys were loud too. So yeah, I think I had dealt with a couple of big wedding receptions and taking these people to nightclubs after the wedding reception or whatever. So it was a big weekend for that. I got lucky later on in the night and had some longer fares. Actually, at the very end, I had a call for these at 5:30, I think it was. It was pretty late, but I had a fairly okay night, but you know, nothing really spectacular. And then I got these people from one of the hotels who went out to the ferries, which is even better than going to the airport. And that was a good long trip at the end, which is what I really needed to make the night almost satisfactory. It was missing it by a little bit. It was still, you know, for a Saturday, okay, it's a long weekend, yeah. But then, no, it worked out, but really, you know, it could have been better. I could have made more money, or I should have, but it just didn't work out that way. Last night, the Sunday night. The Sunday night is what a lot of people were pinning their hopes on, because people didn't have to work today on Monday, being Labor Day. So the Sunday night was going to be busier than usual. Well, that was not really evident at the beginning of my shift. I think I sat for a whole hour reading a book before I got a call. And it's a pretty good book. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Mercury by Ben Bova. It's a classic kind of space opera having to do with one of the planets in our solar system. Yeah, there's good guys and bad guys, and the characters are a little one-sided. But I think that was the idea behind space opera. No one is entirely, well, there's some people who come across as entirely evil and others who come across as entirely good, depending on what side you're on. But yeah, so I'm about halfway through that book, having just started reading it 3 nights ago. Ooh. got a lot of gas tonight. I don't know why. Oh yes, I had weenies and beans this morning. That's what it was. Okay, so yes, kid, you may cross the street. I'm not going to drive into you. Oh my goodness. The thing says don't walk yet, the kid walks. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, last night didn't really start moving until 10:30, and then when it did start moving, it was one right after the other. I was slammed. I worked hard. From about 10:30 till 2:30. So for those 4 hours, I was non-stop going. But then at 2:30, it all died. It all died right down. There was nothing left. No more calls. I went to sleep. I slept most of the time between 2:30 and 5. And at 5 I got a call. It took me 10 minutes to get to it. It took me about 15-20 minutes to do it. 15 minutes to do it. And I thought, well, okay, I'll go back to my spot. So I'm sitting in my spot where I usually like to wait for things to happen. And then I get a time call for 5:30. It's 5:25, and they give me a time call for 5:30. They should have given that call out at 5:20 when I had just pulled into the parking spot and before I started reading the book. Anyway, the time call was good. I get to the place right on time, and there's this guy standing next to a taxi with a black duffel bag, and he gets in and says, yeah, the other guy wanted me to go with him. I thought he was you, looking for my address. I was down the street. I walked to him because I thought he was you. And I said, well, since you weren't late yet, I would give you a chance to come. And it's a good thing I arrived at exactly 5:30, because had I not been there yet, the other taxi would have probably taken this guy to the airport for another $55. So that's how my night ended for the Sunday night of the long weekend of Labor Day 2011. Now, you know, Labor Day used to be good. It used to be a boost. It used to be profitable, but what I had lost on Friday from what would be a normal night, or even subpar night, I sort of made up for that on Sunday night because of how busy we were between 10:30 and 2:30. But really, you know, it wasn't even a good week so far. The last 2 weeks of August were better than Labor Day weekend. So now here we are, Monday night, after a Labor Day weekend. Ooh, what excitement will I get into now? Probably really not that much. I think I'm going to just coast, watch a few videos, take it easy. I'm still hoping yours is better than mine. And that's it.